From the Detroit Free Press, I'm Robin Chan with today's Voice Briefing. It's Wednesday, April 1st, 2026.
For the Detroit Free Press, this is Georgia Kovanis. The U.S. Supreme Court on March 31st struck down a Colorado law banning the use of talk therapy in conversion therapy designed to get LGBTQ minors to change their sexual orientation or gender identity. The High Court said the law violated the First Amendment. Michigan's own conversion therapy ban had been put on hold before the Supreme Court decision. The LGBTQ rights community expressed disappointment in the court's decision, saying conversion therapy is harmful.
This is J.C. Ronda with the Detroit Free Press. Fifth Third Bank has chosen a new location in downtown Detroit for its regional headquarters office. The bank announced this week that it is moving from the One Woodward building to the One Campus Martius building a few blocks away. Both buildings are owned by Dan Gilbert's Bedrock firm. Fifth Third recently merged with Comerica Bank and plans to consolidate several employee teams at One Campus Martius. The bank will be leasing just under 1.5 floors in the building. One Campus Martius was built in 2003 and was originally known as the CompuWare building. It was expanded a few years ago and is also the headquarters of Rocket Companies.
I'm Frank Witzel with the Detroit Free Press. The gasoline average in Michigan reached an all-time high in 2022 of $5.22 a gallon. Now prices are about $4 a gallon, which is about $1 more than they have been, but not a record. So why are some saying this time it is worse? Well, William Stern, the CEO of Cardiff, a California business lender, told the Free Press that the media looks at gas prices and thinks about the consumer commuting to work. They completely miss the actual economic crisis. His bigger concern in the long term, inflation. Petroleum analysts have said that what happened in 2022 caused gas prices to spike can be explained with one word, or perhaps two. And much to the chagrin of Trump supporters, Biden isn't one of them. They are pandemic and Putin. Gas price averages, which have been more than $4 a gallon in Michigan before recently coming down a few pennies, crossed that threshold nationally on Tuesday. The pandemic, however, caused oil demand and supply to plummet in 2020. Gas and oil prices generally track together. As the pandemic ended, demand rebounded, causing prices to rise too. Then, Russian leader Vladimir Putin decided to attack Ukraine. As a result, the United States and its European allies imposed oil and other sanctions on Russia, which is a major oil exporter, limiting oil supply. Crude oil prices spiked to $120 a barrel, which caused gas prices to rise even more. The pandemic was a demand shock, the Russian invasion a regional supply shock, Stern said. But what is happening right now in the Middle East is a structural inflation bomb. More specifically, when diesel spikes past $5 a gallon, the operating cost for a fleet of plumbing trucks or heavy equipment absolutely explodes overnight. It fractures the supply chain and drives up the mobilization cost of every single job in America.
Find more from the Detroit Free Press on Freep.com. That's FREEP.com. Thank you for listening, and you'll hear more from us tomorrow.